All right, we are recording. So I have my notes here. We're doing a 4-week series on these calls, just going over the vital behaviors. So last week we touched on personal development. This week we're going to do product of the product. Next week we're going to do inviting, and then we will finish out the series with recognition. And I want to go over these because with so many different trainings out there between the National Wake Up Call and our calls and Shred Nation's calls and YouTube and what corporate releases and Beachbody Champions and all this stuff, I've been hearing from a lot of coaches that they are overwhelmed and that it's a lot of information, and I totally understand that. But when it comes down to it, whether you want to make $100 a month or $100,000 a month, it comes down to doing the 4 vital behaviors. So before we get into it, actually I'm going to mute everybody. Sorry. I always get feedback when I don't do that. Okay. If you are coming to Summit and you're looking for those deadlines in terms of rank advancement, if you're looking to go star, diamond, or above, you'll have to start your qualifications by May 2nd in order to be recognized at Summit. If you're pushing to get recognized as Emerald or Diamond, you have until the first week of June to reach that, to be recognized at that rank at Summit. Those ranks are also going to be what determines what workshop you're assigned to. So we get to choose the workout that we do on Friday, but other than that, they're going to assign us based on our lifetime rank on the first week of June as to what track you'll be on in terms of the trainings and the seminars and the lessons. So we will be split up as a team based on rank, but there are going to be some people together. So we'll know all of that ahead of time, which is great. For the Shakeology 101 group, prep week began, is today Tuesday? Yeah, prep week began yesterday. So it's just pre-scheduled out for, it's not really a prep week. It's kind of just information being posted for anybody that placed their order already and is in the group. So we have some videos coming up, some questions, asking for feedback, getting to know you stuff. If you're in the group, make sure that you're participating each day. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so that we can get some activity going in there and that all of our customers can see us as coaches sharing our responses, sharing our experiences, and just have high engagement within the app. You should definitely be inviting like crazy to that group. There's no real deadline other than Monday the 29th. Obviously, after that date, you can't be adding more people to the group. But if they order on the 28th, it's okay. They won't have their Shakeology in time for day 1, but they'll still be able to get the information and have access to the group. So that's kind of the deadline, I guess, the 28th in terms of being added to that group. You're still welcome to be an admin and add people if you want to. Just let me know, and I can make that change really, really easily. With what I've been inviting, I'm going to share screenshots of how I've been inviting to this group. It's pretty much exactly the way that I invite to everything else, except that I say I'm opening up enrollment for my Shakeology educational group. I actually put Shakeology right in the first message because if anyone has already worked with it or they're already drinking it or anything like that, I like to know right away, okay, this person is working with a coach or they already have it or something like that. But I will share screenshots in the team page of my initial message, and then I follow up with a video, and then I give them the options, which are to purchase Shakeology as a standalone or to purchase it with the BOD challenge pack. And then basically, just as a quick side note, anyone that purchases a challenge pack, I also let them know that after this group is over, they have access to my virtual gym to continue on with their fitness accountability. Okay. That's all I have in terms of announcements. So we're going to get into being a product of the product. This is the first vital behavior for a reason, and it's because it really goes into every other thing that you're going to do as a coach. So why is it important? 1, it's really being proof that the products work. It's really hard to promote products or a business that you don't have experience with or that you're not working with. So it's really important to be proof that what we offer as coaches is helpful. We have accountability. We have fitness programs that work. We have a shake that helps with our nutrition. We have performance supplements that are supplements. My brain is not great. Supplements that are all natural and that work. You want to be showing all of these things. It's also important to show that this really fits into a lifestyle. You don't eat, sleep, and breathe Beachbody. We all live lives outside of Beachbody. We want to be showcasing how these things fit into our life as regular humans. So you can't really do that if you're not sharing your journey using the products. It also gives you credibility, right? No one is going to want to work with a coach who can't show that they're doing the workouts as well, or using the nutrition plan, or using a supplement. So you have to build your own credibility. Most of us are not trainers or nutritionists, so the way that we build our credibility is by using the programs that are offered and showing people what they do for us. And then, of course, most importantly, your own health. Obviously, you're putting your health first. You're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind, you're taking care of your nutrition. That's really number one, business or no business. So my best advice, and this is going to be a little bit different for everybody. Like, for example, Charlotte can't work out right now, so she's not going to be picking a fitness program to work through. But in general, and she can do this actually with Ultimate Portion Fix, what I recommend to coaches, especially new coaches or any coach that's really looking to take their business next level, pick a program and follow it from day one to day whatever. Work through the entire program, do the workouts as they're scheduled, follow the nutrition guide as it's mapped out, and show up the way that you're supposed to show up. You don't have to be perfect, but make sure you're being honest about those days where maybe you don't follow the nutrition plan, or maybe you don't have the energy, or you don't feel well and you're not able to get your workout in. So share the whole process and the whole journey of the program, not just your day one and your last day. Before and after photos are great, but they don't do as much as you might think. People really need to see that they can rely on you to show up every day and do the thing that you're now asking them to do as well. So it's really easy to mix things up on BOD and do random workouts here and there, and especially when you're experienced in making sure that you work your full body evenly and not like only your upper half and never your legs, which is what I would do ideally because I hate leg day. That's great that you can do that, but it's really going to be better for your business to work through a program start to finish. If you're a new coach, I recommend choosing one of the shorter ones, a 3 or 4 week program, so that you can kind of kickstart your business with obviously sharing the journey as you're going through it, but also getting that first progress picture right away. So 21 Day Fix is great, Shift Shop, Fix Extreme. I believe the Asylums are 4 weeks long. They're not 2-month programs. Charlotte, can you tell me if I'm right about that? Yeah. Okay. Some of the week-long programs, piecing things together, but you kind of want to get in and get started and hit the ground running with a program like that. If you would prefer to do a longer program, like Transform 20, or if you're well into your coaching business and you are looking for a program to stick with, Transform 20 or 80-Day Obsession or Lift 4, these longer programs, what I would recommend is something that was recommended on the Superstar Surge last month, where you're sharing progress photos every week, showing where you're at in your journey, even if it's a bad week. If every week is too much, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, once a month. You want to be sharing where you're at and how you're progressing regularly, no matter where you are in your business. So in terms of following a program, always share your results. Even if you don't have a great round, share how it went, share your results, and share your experience with it. It's okay if you didn't have a great round or you didn't get the results you wanted. Share why. Share maybe if it wasn't for you, if this wasn't your ideal program and now you're looking to start something different, or you need something more intense, or you realize that you hate kickboxing, so maybe core to force wasn't your thing, or you don't like dance, so size, like that stuff, not for me. But if you're going to do a program, stick with it, work through it, and share your results. And then my biggest tip is to always invite to what you're personally doing. So if there's, for example, a launch, right? Jericho's launch is coming up in July, and maybe you don't like her as a trainer, or maybe it's not your thing, or the workouts aren't your jam. If you're not doing that program, don't invite to that program. It's going to be way harder for you because it's not going to be authentic. It is so much easier for you to share a few clips of your workout and then invite people to join you in that same program. So yes, you are going to limit who's maybe willing to work with you because you're going to be talking specifically to people who are interested in the program you're doing. But that's okay, because you're going to be set up to be a better coach to them than somebody who is signing up to work through a completely different program. That's not to say that that's not going to happen, because a lot of times people will sign up as a customer with me. And so, for example, well, right now I'm doing a Little Obsessed, but I'm inviting to the Shakeology group. So say starting next week, I'm going to be inviting to Fix Extreme. Somebody might say, I really want to work in your virtual gym, but I don't want to do that program, or I don't have weights. What can I do without weights? Then you can have the conversation to give them other options. But it's going to be much easier for you, the coach, to invite to what you are personally doing and go from there, because you're building relationships. You're going to get to know their goals. Maybe they have physical limitations. Maybe they do or don't have equipment. But don't just send out a broad invite to join Beachbody, because that's so overwhelming and not specific enough to start these conversations. Okay, so we talked about the workout. Sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. You want to be using your products too, right? We have Shakeology, the performance line, beach bars. You don't have to be using all of them, but one, it's really important if you're serious about this business for you to remain an active coach, which means that you are using products regularly yourself. But also, this is a huge part of the journey. Why would somebody buy a challenge pack if you're only talking about the workouts and you're not talking about other products that you're using? So again, it comes down to being authentic and sharing things that you're doing, so that other people have a reason to try them in the first place. It would be really difficult for me to invite somebody to purchase a challenge pack if I only showed my workouts and I never showed my Energize in the morning or the shake that I was drinking. It also makes it really easy to talk about those things and to talk about the challenge pack when you're regularly sharing the products that you're using. So for example, every morning before I work out, I show myself making my Energize. I don't say that it's Energize. I don't even necessarily really talk about it. Half the time it's just in my story that I'm making it. But then when I'm inviting somebody and I give them the option to purchase a challenge pack, it's really easy for me to say, oh, Energize is that bright pink or that yellow stuff that I drink every single morning in my stories before I work out. And it just leads to more genuine, real conversations, because these are things that you're using yourself, being a product of the product. So share what they're doing for you. Is it really convenient or easy to grab on a busy day? Does it give you good energy? Does it help you fill in nutritional gaps if maybe you don't like to cook, or you really hate vegetables and you really struggle with that stuff? What are these things doing for you in your life? You are a walking billboard for your coaching business, not necessarily for Beachbody, for your business. Beachbody spends millions of dollars a year on marketing and on advertising. That's awesome for us, because now Beachbody is a known name. If you talk to anybody and you say Insanity or P90X or Shaun T or even Autumn Calabrese at this point, most people are going to have a light bulb go off in their head about what Beachbody is. But you're a walking billboard for your business. We say this all the time. People can buy Beachbody products anywhere. Why do they want to get them from you? Because you're a coach that's showing up every day. You're a coach that's sharing how this fits into your life. And you're a coach that's showing that you are getting results, and you're showing what's possible through the products and through the programs. So, sorry, I'm like losing track of my notes. This cold has like really thrown me for a loop. If you aren't showing up and you aren't getting results, why would people show up with you? And especially if you're newer in this business, I know how scary it is to share your results and to share progress photos. Two things about this. One, it's always a little bit scary. You're being vulnerable on a social media platform. I get it. That is scary AF. I fully understand. But it's really impactful too, because people need to see that progress. And the other thing is, I know most progress photos we see are in like shorts and a sports bra or in a bathing suit. You don't have to post them like that. Like, it's amazing the progress that you see in your face or in your arms when you're just in a shirt. Vanessa shared an amazing photo today of her skin. Like that, those are all progress photos. They don't have to be half naked photos that you're putting on the internet. Just show that you're making progress. Flex, do something that you're comfortable with sharing, but you've got to share it. There's just no way around it. So again, it's not about being perfect and having a six-pack. It really is just about progress. You need to be making progress in your journey in order to be successful as a coach. So the way you're going to do that is using your products and ideally sticking with a program start to finish. It's just going to be easier for you to invite that way. There's one caveat to that. If you really like the variety and you're still playing around with BOD and you want to get to know as many workouts as possible, that's cool, but you need to have a plan of like a start and an end date, or days that you can track. So there's a website, it's in our team page. If you search hybrid in our team page, it'll show up. But it's a Beachbody hybrid scheduler, where it's this website that was created where you can pick how long you want to work out each day, how many days a week you want to work out, what your goals are, what trainers you like or what programs you like. If you ever want to add abs on any day, like it's super custom, and it will mix and match Beachbody workouts from Beachbody On Demand for you, so that you now have a 4, 6, 8, 12-week calendar, so that you're still following a program. It's just a program that you created. And there's a lot of beauty in that too, because you're showing how much variety and options are on Beachbody On Demand, but you're still following a plan. You've got to have a plan in order to truly be a product of a product and share this. It's a little more challenging to highlight, like this is day one and day whatever of this program when you do a hybrid, but that's okay, because there's going to be plenty of people who, like you, might really need that variety. So again, it's just talking to your people who are going to be wanting to do the similar things to what you're doing. So just make sure you're sharing the journey and are honest. People need to know that they don't have to be perfect either. So I'm making this commitment, and I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this in a while. Starting with Fix Extreme and onward, I'm going to be sharing in my challenge group a progress photo every single week. So that means even on a week, if I go on vacation and I totally fall off track and I'm drinking tequila and eating chips every day, I'm still going to show up and share that photo. And, even if it looks like it's backtracking, because that's the real honest journey that this is. Nobody is perfect all the time. I've definitely slacked on my nutrition lately. So this is kind of my extra accountability wake-up call to start sharing every single week, no matter what. And I know that there are a lot of superstar top coaches in this company that do that, and the credibility that builds and the trust that builds is invaluable. So I'm saying it out loud to you guys, so I have to do it now, but I'm definitely going to do it. And I'll be sharing it on my social media as well, which is super scary, especially with a ton of travel and plans coming up, but I'm going to do it. So, it's pretty simple, right? Be a product of the product, do the programs, use your products. Sharing is probably the biggest takeaway that I want you to get from this, because it's one thing to kind of do this in the privacy of your home, which is amazing. Sorry. And if your focus is not on building the business, great, you're golden. Just do this for yourself. But if you want to earn an income and build this business, you have to be showing up and sharing that journey. So a few clips of your workouts, talking about how you feel before and after, share how you're making your Energize or your shake or whatever. And then I think the last tip I got was every 9 photos or so, you should have a progress photo in your Instagram. You want people to be able to open your profile and do like one quick scroll on your feed, and no matter where they are, they should be able to see a progress photo. So that's obviously going to be way more doable if you're taking them regularly. Cool. Does anyone have any questions?
I saw your post about how to take a proper photo. Is there like a diagram? Because I also cut my head off because I always think I look silly.
So, it's really just about having a plain background and getting your full body in it. And again, you can be wearing whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a sports bra and a top or whatever. But in the beginning, I was so scared to share photos that I would just cut my face off, because for some reason, even though I was posting it on my personal account and the people who were following me knew that it was me, it felt safer to be like, well, I can't see my face, so it's okay that they see my love handles. Like, not a thing. But that's why a lot of my old photos from like 5 years ago are done that way. But as plain of a background as you can get, and a full body shot is really.
I also highly recommend getting somebody to take it,
Yeah.
because they're always better. So like it might be awkward to have that person take it, but like the picture will always be better than you trying to set up some contraption to take a picture.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's always what I do too. I'm like, no, stay.
Right.
And just to touch on, in case anybody is currently now like Charlotte, or maybe at some point in the future will be, if you're at a point where you can't work out for a physical reason or a health reason or anything, pick a nutrition program. We have full nutrition programs. There's Ultimate Portion Fix, 2B Mindset, Ultimate Reset, 3-Day Refresh. All of these things are strictly nutrition based and have nothing to do with fitness. And that still allows you to be showcasing what we have to offer, and opens up a brand new set of people that you can specifically help and relate to. So it really is based on the season of life that you're in. We have pre and postnatal workouts. So when you're pregnant, or right after you give, not right after, I know there's a time where you can't work out, but you know what I'm saying? Like whatever season of life you're in, we're so lucky that this company creates programs that we can follow so that this really is truly a lifestyle. There's no actual reason or excuse to not be healthy. Maybe you can't work out, but you can still eat well. So I love that there's really something for everybody, and just make sure that you're connecting with people who are going to be in a similar phase of life that you are. It's really hard for me to connect with a woman who's 6 months pregnant. I don't know what it's like to be 6 months pregnant. I don't know what you're allowed to do. I'm probably not the coach for her. But, if I have somebody who loves to eat all types of food and is addicted to wine, yeah, all right, I can help you. I totally relate to that. Got you. So just make sure that you're being real and sharing who you are, but that you're consistently showing up and sharing that stuff.
I know that there's been a lot of advice to not use like name brands in posts and things. Do you think that if your have you been using it more for the Shakeology group in your like stories and stuff?
So this is a good question, because I think that this also changes depending on where you are in your business.
Right.
Over the last year, my following has grown pretty significantly. And so I make it pretty obvious every day that I'm a Beachbody coach and that that's what I do. Sorry, dogs. I have been talking about Shakeology. I talk about Energize. I name the programs that I'm doing. But even a year ago or even 6 months ago, I wasn't doing that, because it led to a lot of people just like Googling the name of things. Mm-hmm. So I think it's something that you can play around with. More often than not, you want people to ask you the question of what is that? You want it to happen in a one-on-one conversation. But I also think that the awareness of what Beachbody coaching is getting so big that like a lot of people know, hey, if I want to join this group or I want to do this program, I'm going to reach out to a coach. So I think it's changing a little bit, but ultimately, I think my honest opinion is that ultimately it doesn't matter, because you should be reaching out to people first anyway.
Yeah, I just feel like I've been struggling to find that balance with like just the nutrition side. Like I never had an issue with describing a program for a workout, but like describing my shake or whatever, like I just don't really necessarily, I always posted Energize, but never talked about necessarily what it was directly, but it seems different doing that with a shake. So like, yeah. I feel like it makes more sense to like name it if I'm going to name it.
Yeah, I think that it's fine to name it because again, and this is something that I have seen more and more coaches saying on trainings. It was actually all over the National Wake Up Call yesterday too. You should be reaching out to people first right off the bat and inviting right away anyway. So it's less of a risk now, because you're going to be saying, oh, this person's following me. They're watching my story. I'm going to invite them to learn more about what I'm doing.
Right.
And it kind of eliminates that risk, but only if you're actively consistently reaching out to people.
Makes sense.
There was a training that I was watching from Melanie Mitro last night that kind of goes into creating and planning your content, but she goes into like, what am I actually going to offer? And like goes into like different questions you can ask yourself of like how to describe it to other people. So I was going to share it in the team page if that works.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that is true. We have a call too about creating a marketing plan so that you always know what you're inviting to. So definitely check that out as well. And I think that in conjunction with Melanie's call will probably be very helpful. But yeah, I think that in terms of naming what you're doing, I think that it's changing now.
Yeah.
Network marketing is so big. Most people know what it is. Most people know what Beachbody is. And most people know that if they're going to do it, they're going to have better results if they work with a coach.
Right.
So I think it's fine as long as you're proactive about talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Is anyone else doing Fix Extreme starting on Monday?
Womp womp.
I haven't decided what I want to do because we're going to be in Florida. So I know I won't have access to that many weights and probably need a few for Fix Extreme.
Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. Sorry.
You might be able to convince Will to join you.
Yeah?
Yeah, he did. He's done 21 Day Fix the last 2 days.
Woo-hoo. My buddy. Matt's buddy.
Yeah, is Matt doing it still?
He doesn't remember. So Matt and I met Charlotte and Will in Fort Lauderdale for the Tortuga Music Festival last weekend?
No, 2 weekends ago.
And Matt agreed to do Fix Extreme with me with timed nutrition all in. And then I brought it up the next day and he was like, I don't remember saying that, but he did. So yeah, he did. Cool. So does that make sense? Does everyone feel confident about having a program that they're doing or that they are going to start doing?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. That's all I have. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if anything comes up, ask, share it in the team page. Leah, that would be amazing if you could share that training. I know you also had some cool insights about your new Google form. If you wouldn't mind at some point this week sharing that, I think that was really neat, the changes that you made. That would be great. Thank you. Yeah, and other than that, you know what? Well, I'll put it in the team page tomorrow, but Sunday is our one Sunday monthly call. And I wrote out, I didn't need to write it out. We're just going to do a power hour, an interactive power hour. So it'll be a 60-minute call where we do a power hour together, mapping out, this time you're going to invite, this time you're going to draft a post, and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like they're usually pretty productive. So that'll be Sunday. I'll announce the time tomorrow. I'm flying on Sunday home. So I should be landing around 3:15. So I should be home by 4:15. So I would love to do it at 5, but I might make it like 6 just to be safe. Cool. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for hopping on.
Thank you.